Love, this for all my boss babe. Go do your boss thing. Loving how you boss babe. This for all my dreamers and my doers and all the entrepreneurs. Just believe in what you doing and pursuing love. This for all my boss babe. Go do your boss thing.
What's up, cleaning bosses, and welcome back to the Cleaning Boss Podcast, where we have all the resources to help you become the ultimate cleaning boss. Today's episode is a throwback episode from my interview with Miss Johnson from the Tenacity Academy. I know you guys know them. We all love them from the Tenacity Academy YouTube channel and Instagram page, and her and Miss Tamika, Miss Johnson. I had this interview with Miss Johnson. It was an incredible interview. I think it brought a lot of value, got into my story and the things that helped me. But Miss Johnson is incredible. If you're into cleaning and you want to get into the residential side or the Airbnb side, I think she's an invaluable person to get to know in this industry. So take a listen to this podcast. I really hope you like it. Do not forget to like and subscribe to the podcast and leave us a review. Rate and review the podcast on whatever platform you're on. It really helps us grow and we really appreciate it. But I love you guys. For all you new listeners, welcome to the realest cleaning business community on the internet, the Cleaning Boss family. Welcome. I hope you enjoy the show, man. Stay tuned. I love y'all.
Candid, cleaning conversation. Hey, hey, hey.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Candid Cleaning Conversations. And today I have another very, very, very special guest. He goes by the name of DJtheBoss. You guys may have known him. He got a YouTube channel. I see you doing your thing on YouTube. And you're going to be in the Clean Biz Network Conference. You're going to be speaking next year.
Yes, I will be. Thank you guys so much. Everyone in the community has welcomed me with open arms, and I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me. I appreciate the invitation.
Yeah, man. So I'll be able to meet you in person in 2024 in February, but I had to get you on the show. I said, come on now, you got to come on in the show so
Absolutely.
we can get this story down pat, man.
Absolutely.
All right, so for those of you guys out there in YouTube land that don't know who DJtheBoss is, please let them know. Give them just a brief backstory of who you are, the name of your business, and how you guys got started.
Boss fam, really quick, you have got to start automating your sales process. I know you love your cleaning business. This is your baby, but you can't do everything. You're trying to run a business here. So automate your sales process so that you can have more time to close deals and grow your cleaning business. That's what you're supposed to be doing. You're the CEO. You're the owner. So you are responsible for growing the business, not doing all those small day-to-day tasks. And if you don't know how to automate your sales process, I have a guide. So go in the link in the description and download the guide. That way you can start automating the sales process and start growing your business and working on your business instead of in it. Love you guys. Keep that boss mentality. Peace.
All right, well, my name is Derek Grimm is my actual name. I go by DJtheBoss here on YouTube. I started my commercial cleaning business back in 2016, and we've been doing pretty good. I started. The story is that when I started, I was homeless. I didn't have any money. I was going through an extremely difficult custody battle and I lost an apartment that was kind of sold from under me, a house that I was renting that was sold from under me. And so, I hit hard times. And so, without any financial education or financial literacy, I started my journey in learning about money and learning about wealth building and obviously being introduced to business. In the list of those easy to start businesses, cleaning businesses are on that list. And so once I ran across that, I decided that it was a fit for me, and it's what I decided to try to do. Yeah.
Why the cleaning industry out of all industries? You could have went into real estate. You could have did anything else in the world. I know you said you were homeless, and I share the same story. I went through that whole, stage of not really having nowhere to stay. Mm-hmm. And it's hard to build a business from the ground up. So is that one of the reasons why you may have chose the cleaning industry, because it's a low startup, or?
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of just looking for whatever I could physically do because I knew that that's what it was going to come down to. I didn't have anything to use. If I always kind of liked photography, but I didn't have a camera nice enough to actually take pictures for people. Or there was things that I liked to do, but I needed these expensive tools or these things to get started. And there was very little that I saw that I could do that I could just use my hands. And so one of the things that I've always been able to do is clean. I was like, I know I can clean some things. And I think right around that time, there was some TV shows that kind of glorified the blue collar industry and being able to make money in different ways than just being in a boardroom or being in a, or your traditional desk jobs, and those are the things like plumbing and electrical and more of the trades. And once I realized cleaning was something that I could probably get my hands on most of the equipment for relatively cheap, then that's what I was doing. I just needed a way to be of service to people in exchange for money, and I knew that was a service that people exchange money for. And so I did. The idea of starting doing it as a business wasn't really on my mind. I was really just trying to feed myself and trying to create some stability in my life. But I knew that people do make businesses out of this, so being aware of it was at least a blessing for me. So
awesome. Now I gotta ask you, employees or contractors, which one do you have in your company?
I specialize in coaching and consulting for new and aspiring commercial cleaning business owners just like you. My goal is to equip you with the tools and the knowledge you need to thrive in this competitive industry. I come up with a custom plan for you and your business. Best practices, marketing strategies, and industry secrets, and anything else you need to get ahead. You're also going to save a lot of money by avoiding costly mistakes by learning from someone who's experienced and who's done exactly what you're trying to do. Book a one-on-one session with me, and we can help get your business to the next level.
So I am 100%, well, not 100%, but anyone who works directly for me for a janitorial service is a W-2 employee. So I've been strictly W-2. I don't think that there's a bad or good way to, I don't think either one of them is better or worse than the other. There's pros and cons to both. But for me, being the control freak that I am, and that, I've always wanted to provide really good quality and have things done a certain way so that I can control costs and control outcomes the best to at least to the most of my ability. Being able to do that with W-2 employees just made the most sense to me. And so, of course, I see all the benefits of having the W-9, to having contractors as well. They bring them on, they do the job. You don't have to tell them nothing. Ideally, it gets done, and you're on to the next. But
I think there are some things that you may contract out, right?
Yeah, that's absolutely. So at this point in my business, we do contract some stuff out.
Well, name some things that you would contract out, like flooring, windows.
So no, we do floors ourselves. Windows, I definitely contract out. I tell the story on my YouTube channel. If you actually go back to the very beginning of my YouTube channel, I documented my entire journey. So everything that I've ever done in my cleaning business, I've filmed and I've put on YouTube as I was getting clients and as I was getting started and trying to find places to live and places to put my business. But everything is on there. But I've always told the story of that. In a post-construction cleaning job, I was, trying to get out a window to this roof to clean the exterior window of this roof. There was a ladder and stuff, but it was just easier to come out from the window. But it started raining. It got windy. My foot slipped while a gust of wind was blowing, and my whole life flashed before my eyes. And I got so upset that I was like, we are never doing windows. We don't clean windows. I don't care at all. I really do not care. We do not clean windows. And so it became like, a thing in my business. Like, we clean everything. We don't touch the windows though. So for probably 4 years of our business, we didn't touch a single window. So that is one of the services that we definitely contract out now, is window cleaning. But now it opens up our business to be able to do, high rises and stuff like that. So, but yeah, the windows are definitely contracted out.
In commercial.
Yes, we are strictly
commercial buildings. Like, who's your ideal client?
Well, my ideal client would be those large, Class A facilities, Class A buildings in downtown major metropolitan areas, stuff like that. But we also have a lot of success in the outskirts in specialty industries, like things that are just around my area, just because I'm kind of lucky to live in this Seattle area. There's Boeing Field right across the street from my office. They make airplanes. There's a lot of support companies around here, and those people who have airplane hangars and aerospace facilities. We service a lot of those facilities. So and those are huge spaces that need cleanings every day. And so we kind of fell into that niche. We started as primarily cleaning gym facilities, and so that was our niche in the beginning, because I come from an athletic background, and so I was able to speak that language in the very beginning. But yeah, we service all kinds of things now. But obviously we targeted certain things to kind of build up to that. But my ideal client, obviously, Class A facilities or big airplane hangar or airspace facilities. But we also are really good with gyms as well.
That's what's up. That's good. Now, I got to ask you this question. I ask everybody this. What would you say differentiates you from the competition in your city? all the other cleaning companies? Like, what makes you different? Why are the employees coming to work for DJ the Boss and not the competition?
I think that there's a very relaxed culture about the company. There's a very a human to human aspect that I think that's missing in not just other cleaning businesses, but a lot of companies in general. Like no one in my company feels like they can't come to me and complain about something. Like no one feels like they're going to lose their job if they say something like that, that I didn't agree with or something like that. Everyone feels like they can talk to each other. Everyone feels like they can come and approach anyone at any level about anything. And so I think that's really what separates it. And it sounds like fluffy foo-foo, but you can see it when you walk in the doors. And when you come in for interviews and group interviews and there's staff and there's other people who work here, you immediately see it when you're in the environment. It's that, like these people actually are one-to-one with each other. There's no like, yes, I'm the boss and I own the place, but there's never been like that, but like you can see it throughout my entire history of my channel. I'm side by side with my employees since day one. Like whether if I show up to a place and I'm doing inspections, I'm throwing on a backpack vacuum. I'm grabbing a broom and mop. I'm there hustling with side by side with my guys. So no one feels like no one sees they don't see me as up here and they're down here. Everyone kind of is just right there. And so I think when employees see that, when potential employees see that, they want to be here.
I love it. He treats them nice. All right. So how do you handle the quality in your business? Like you got quality control inspectors. Like how are you dealing with keeping down all of the complaints? Hey, you know why you may be struggling in your cleaning company right now? It's because you're surrounding yourself with a bunch of losers. I'm sorry. I hate to sound harsh, but it's true. You need to be surrounding yourself with high-level cleaning business owners, okay? Now, I know. You may say, well, where would I find them at? Like, where would I find multi-million-dollar cleaning business owners that I can network with, okay? Well, I may have the solution for you because Clean Biz Network is doing it again. We have an event coming up February 28th, 2024, okay, all the way until March the 1st. All right, and this is a networking event that you will not want to miss. We have Debbie Zardon. She's going to be speaking on stage, and she always kills it. Along with my boy, Mr. Marquell Russell. He is the king of client attraction. You definitely want to stay to hear everything that he has to say. We also have Mr. Eric Coffey. He's going to be hitting the stage talking about government contracts for anybody that's interested in government contracts. You can network with him. Also, we got Carolyn hitting the stage, the cleaning business mentor. We have Raylan from the Hustle Network hitting the stage, along with DJ the Boss and a host of other speakers that's going to be there for you to network with. I mean, this is a networking event and it's going to be huge. It's going to be amazing. It's hosted all by your girl, Miss Johnson from Tenacity Academy, and it's founded by AJ Simmons, the owner of Clean Biz Network. All right, so we will all be there, and you can network with me and all of my cleaning business buddies. All right, all of your favorite influencers, I guarantee you, will be in the building for you to just sit there, network, and ask them all the questions that you want to ask. Get their phone numbers and really build relationships. That's what this thing is all about. Okay, because your network is directly connected to your net worth. I'll see you guys in Vegas. Get your tickets today. Don't wait until the last minute. Don't wait until February to start booking your tickets. Get your tickets right now. I'll see you in Vegas.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's process and procedures. Everything is spelled out for everyone, and I try to stupid proof everything. So like if you follow the checklists that are assigned to you in your job, it's really hard to mess this job up. At least we're working for my company. Everything is spelled out from you from the moment you step foot in the facility to the moment you clock out and leave the facility. So if you follow that checklist, then we usually can know what kind of outcomes to expect. So cleaners have a checklist to follow. Inspectors come in behind cleaners and they have a checklist for them to follow on how to do inspections and what to inspect and look for. They they give grades. They learn how to evaluate cleanings, and and those things get run up the chain to their bosses or to their general managers or whoever's in that area over that area, and then those reports go out to clients, and then any only things that come to me are like emergency bad situations. So it's really all I ever deal with. But yeah, that's generally how it works for us. That's our quality control and how we make sure. We do have like disciplinary things. So like when customers do complain, we have different things like time trials. So we have people actually have to, within our app, which will be out for everyone in the public by the time that the CBN conference is. But within our app, people can you can set your employees to not clock in and out, but there's marking times for each activity that they perform. So before you start cleaning this object, you click start. After you finish cleaning it, you click stop. It's a disciplinary action. It's annoying, but it's made to be annoying because it's a disciplinary action. You've been getting complaints, so we want you to do this. We also have barcodes. We'll tape barcodes in places, so within the app they can take pictures of barcodes to prove that they were in a location. But things like that. But yeah, there's tons of stupid proof things in the business, that we've added over years and over time to be where we are now. So
awesome. That's great. So tell me this, as the boss, as the CEO of your company, what exactly is your day like? What is your day-to-day like being the boss? Like, I'm pretty sure you're to a level where you have people in your office and you have everybody. You're not cleaning anymore, obviously. So what are you doing nowadays as the boss? I know me and my company as the boss, people tend to think I sit around and eat donuts all day. I think that's what they think. But what's your life like?
Lately I have been a serial entrepreneur. So I started this business. I fell in love with business, and even more specific, I fell in love with marketing and anything related to commercial video, commercial photography. I have fallen in love with that space, and so it consumes a lot of my time. So most of my free time is kind of just spread out between the other little different types of businesses that I like to dibble and dabble in. And that includes my YouTube channel, that includes my media company, that includes all the other people that I mentor and things like that, family members, businesses that I'm part of, boards and things like that, and schools that I consult. So my time is spread out through all of those different activities. I do save time for things like weekly meetings within my cleaning company, and every now and then we have older clients that know me by face and name. We have a relationship, and when they request something, then usually I'll go and make that physical appearance, and when I feel like something's slipping, I'll definitely show up, and I try to pop up every now and then. But on the day-to-day, I really don't have like an assigned here or there, but I kind of just try to give my attention and slots on my schedule to the different things that I'm involved in nowadays. Because my cleaning business, it's not needed for me to be down anyone's throat every single day or be there every single day.
That's pretty cool. So it sounds like your cleaning company is like you're all the way on autopilot. So if you didn't have all these other little things, because it's kind of like my world, right? Like I'm in my podcast studio now, but if I didn't do all the rest of this little stuff, I'd probably be a little bored.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Like I volunteer with my daughter's cheer team. I'm like coaching my son's basketball team. I got all this. Like I'm forcing myself to be busy. Yeah. So but I'm doing these things.
Yeah. We're going to figure it out.
Yeah, we're going to figure out something to do. So.
But I don't know. I do work on the growth of our company a lot.
Yeah. So you're thinking about you're constantly working. You're always working. You're thinking about marketing. You're thinking about branding. You're thinking about the connections you want to make. You're thinking about ways to set yourself, how you set the business up for success in the future. And so we're always doing those things. And when you see an opportunity, you're able to go and implement it into your business. And so that's what it's like being a CEO. Yes, it's great to get to the like I hate glamorizing any of that type of stuff at all, because it doesn't just happen like that. It doesn't just you work for a year or you work for 2 years and everything's just autopilot. Like it's a very, very slow burn of like, okay, this is finally off my plate. Oh, it's not really off my plate. I got to perfect it. And then now I got something else to do. And then now this is off my plate. And now I got to bring another person in to get this off my plate. And it's constantly that, and it's constantly that. And it takes a while before it's really like, oh, I actually don't have anything to do.
Yeah. So we gotta create jobs for us
exactly.
We gotta make it happen. But name 3 softwares that you absolutely cannot live without in your company.
Okay. I'll try to do that without naming my own. So I really like QuickBooks Online. I think if any business is at a point where they can afford it. You got a couple of clients and you're worried about accounting, math's not your strong suit. I love QBO. Has been savior for me.
Oh yeah.
Let's see other software. Google. I don't understand how people are not like this with Google, like super tight with Google. They are most of the internet at this point. Like, they're the largest search engine. They're other video platform, which we're on now, or YouTube or wherever, as far as video. But yeah, Google. I'm very, very all of the Google software. So would be my number two. Let's see, what would be a good third one? A good third software. What am I using? Squarespace for websites, or like I think Acuity. Yeah, Acuity is inside of Squarespace. So yeah, I like Squarespace. So those would be my three software. So I would do Squarespace for website building or landing page building or scheduling landing pages and stuff like that. QBO for your accounting. What was the other one that I said? Google, yeah, and Google for everything else. Literally Google for everything else. Google for everything else. Google for everything else.
I love it. One of my favorite softwares is Slack.
Slack, communication. We have a Slack channel.
I don't think I can live without it. It's just it's a huge communication app. That's just one of my biggest apps. That one and a scheduling app.
So that may be for so underneath me we have an admin. Her name is Maria. She organizes a Slack channel with everyone else. So I know that would probably be one of her top 3 apps. But for me, I haven't been in that part of the business for so long. I don't even know what apps they really are using these days. So they could have changed things. I know we probably don't use. I don't even know what platforms we're actually on, but I know when I was doing things, those were the things that I liked. And in doing research with other people, I know these are good things for people who are just starting or getting started to use. But I don't know what they're using, to be honest, up front.
That's amazing. That autopilot, girl, I'm telling you. So what would you say is one of your key factors in attracting clients to your business?
Putting the energy into it. Like I think people think that they can just put anything out and just mention their business and that and the marketing is just going to work and the sales is just going to work, and that is not it. You have to be trying to provide something for people. You have to be trying to actually do something good. That's what providing value is. It's something like what are they going to think is valuable? What's valuable to them? And that's how you actually catch people's attention, is paying attention to them, and actually caring about what's important to them. And that's the only way your marketing is going to get through or attract people to you. When you match those values, it makes you extremely attractive to the people with those values. So
okay. So do you have like sales people on your team where they just do they bring in all the sales? They're like going ham every day, cold calling, door to door, running ads, just like that's their job to bring them in.
Those are like separate jobs within the company. We make calls, they set appointments. We do a lot less of that these days, but in the very beginning, that's exactly what I did to grow to a couple 100,000 was cold call my ass off. Evaluate and do their walkthroughs, get the valuable questions. If they can, if it's smaller, they'll usually present offers, but typically they'll bring it back and confer with have people who do sales, people who do calling, and we do have people who manage ads on ad platforms, but they're completely separate jobs. It's very data. There is some qualitative in there, but based on the creative, whatever you're putting in front of the audience is the variable of that success. But the people who manage the ads are usually very quantitative, so very numbers oriented.
Now, during the pandemic, I know my business, we probably lost about 70%. I would say 70%. during the pandemic? Like, how did your company thrive through that era?
Oh, we did not thrive. We did the opposite of thriving. It took previous office right before COVID. We're talking months before COVID. My daughter was born just my daughter was born just everything in the place. I have studied SEO. I know so much about the behind the scenes of websites and schema and all of this stuff before like that. I have no business like that. I have no business. A cyber attack on our website completely removes us from Google right before COVID.
Whoa.
Right doesn't exist at all.
Yeah.
At the same time, we had already decided that we were leaving out of that office, so we had to move back into a storage unit.
Right.
And then as we're moving back into the storage unit, we're getting the calls about COVID and gyms are being shut down. At that time, we serviced 70% of our clients were gyms, and they were the first people to go. So
Oh my gosh.
we did not thrive at all. It was a struggle and a huge pivot. It was more than a pivot. It was the hokey pokey around here. Like we were turning all the way around. Like
it was crazy. It was
absolutely nuts.
I'm pretty sure you started to disinfect, right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Disinfecting machines.
Absolutely. And like I said, I'm lucky to be where I am in Seattle. There's so much big business here. There's so many business people. Like I make good money here. I'm still like broke comparatively to the rest of the people. Even in my neighborhood, I'm broke. So, but there was chemical manufacturers and and bottle makers and things like that around me. So I was able to get my hands on things that other people weren't able to get their hands on, and equipment that other people weren't able to get their hands on. And I was already kind of following what was going on. I just wasn't able to capitalize on it like I wanted to without a website and being off of Google. But the second that we were able to get that corrected, we had to do some different type of advertising and marketing. So we lost a bunch of money, no money coming in. We still had to spend money to try to get some new type of business and diversify and get different types of accounts. And so, yeah, that took pretty much that whole, that whole year to kind of course correct. And, then we didn't really kick back to good standing until, about a year into COVID, about 9 months into COVID, where we were able to replace the revenue that we lost with other types, facility types.
I know that was hard. You had to lay people off, I take it.
So I actually didn't, and that it really did almost kill the business. But it pretty much brought us down to zero. It kind of really took us down a peg. But I'm glad that I did that because we were able to receive some money for retaining employees throughout the pandemic. So we were able to get some compensation from the government for that, and which really helped us out. But yeah, no layoffs. Definitely people kind of just sitting around twiddling their thumbs, wondering what's going on. And I'm like, I really don't have answers for you either. So people were worried and people were scared. There was a lot of uncertainty. Some people just kind of left because no one knows what's going on. People just left and moved to other places. And I'm like, I can't blame you for doing anything at this point. But COVID was absolutely crazy. But luckily we didn't have to lay off many people. And then once we started to get different types of jobs like disinfecting and different client types, because of COVID and because of the changing the messaging and putting new things out, we were able to kind of sustain where we were. Right.
Around that time, I believe we were doing a lot of move in, move outs, and we had Airbnbs. So of course the Airbnbs left, but we still had the move outs, and I can't stand move outs, but they stayed. Okay, those clients stayed with us because of course people are still moving out, and those units still need to be turned. Just in case you guys a pandemic ever happens, apartments apparently ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, they ain't going nowhere.
They're not going nowhere. But okay. So my next question is, since we're talking about crappy apartment complex contracts, I heard you say on the interview something about you getting paid up front. See, for us, we deal with the whole net 30 thing over here, right?
Oh.
So, how do you go about getting your money up front from your clients?
I feel like people just don't be asking. I feel like most people just don't be asking. Or the second somebody gives a pushback, like, "Hey, we usually do net 30," and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, okay." So I am a firm believer in this getting paid up front, and generally not for if you're in a space where your clients are paying you $25K, $30K a month, because you're there 7 days a week and there's a huge facility, and you've been in business for a while, you have those savings, that safety net of money for your employees should things go completely south. Then cool. Take some net 30 accounts. That's not who I'm talking to for that. That's for people who are already in business, established, have credit lines and stuff like that. Take the net 30. That's perfectly fine. That's normal business. I'm a firm believer that in the very beginning, people who started from where we started from should not be getting paid on the back end of work, because we can't afford to take that risk. Those amounts quickly can put us out of business. They can eat up all the cash we have on hand and put us in debt, like really, really quickly with the wrong account. And especially if it's your first month and they're like, yeah, it's net 30 and you need, you bring on double your staff and they're working every single day, and then that money doesn't come when it's supposed to come and you can't pay those employees. They have no reason to stay there. They're looking at you crazy. Now you're in trouble with L&I. Like it causes you just can't afford it. And for me, it was even bigger than that. If I had to wait for 30 days to get my money when I first started, I wouldn't have eaten for 30 days. I was homeless. Like it was, and so it had to be up front. I was like, I have to convince you that to pay me up front because I need it up front. There's no way I would last 30 days with no food. So it's a non-starter. It's a non-factor. So,
wow. So those huge accounts you're doing, they would pay for the whole month up front. And
to this day.
God damn. I thought
to this day, the first of the month, to this day, the first of the month, my account looks crazy. My bank account looks crazy the first of the month because everybody pays upfront for that month coming up, and some clients 20K, 30K, 50K. That all piles in at one time. But it's just a peace of mind thing. You're able to provide the good service for your client. You don't have to worry about how you're going to get this done for them. You got the funds, and that's the benefit that you sell to your clients is, hey, now you don't have to worry. We don't have to worry about anything. We got enough money to train people well. We got enough money to get whatever equipment that we need so that we show up on day one ready to work for you and ready to get going. It's it's a benefit for them as well. In terms of selling and getting that net 30, like if you don't have the sales chops to just convey the value, then I'd like to say, hey, cry small business. Hey, I'm the little guy. This money means a lot more to me than it does to your big, huge, company. And it means a lot more to me. We're going to try harder for you. We're going to work a lot harder than these big companies that really don't care. You're just a number to them. Those are the type of things that you convey to your clients and potential clients. But we can't afford to get paid on the back end. We have to get our money up front. We need it to operate. We need it to keep going. We can't take the risk of not getting paid because that can put us out of business. And the name of the game is to not go out of business. It really doesn't matter how you're running your business as long as you stay in business. So that's why I'm so big on it. I mean, imagine a world where no one that net 30 thing just didn't exist. Say all cleaners today decided we're not doing it. No one has a choice.
I that's why I'm doing this interview, because I mean, listen, if we can get the word out there to everybody else,
exactly, to knock it off. Yeah, just have a backbone. Okay. Say no, stop cleaning, get your money up front. You need to have this place clean. It's a health hazard.
Because a lot of apparently the people in this area, they feel like they have the upper hand. It's like no.
Yeah, it's like no. You need the service. It needs to get done.
And they feel like we have to abide by their rules, but however, we really got the upper hand.
You really got exactly. It's your business, it's your company, your service.
It's like we just need all of the cleaning companies around the world
exactly to get on the same page.
Help us out. Help us, sister.
Yeah. Make it the new norm. Make that the norm. Make it the norm because of business owners, saying, hey, no, we need our money up front. This is how we get paid in this industry.
I don't have a problem with it with my residential. we can get paid up front with those, you know. Hell, we get paid up front with the Airbnbs with the smaller guys, but it's just these big people. For some reason, they don't want to pay us up front. You know,
they really feel like they have the upper hand. But I started to think about it. I was like, there's no entity that I do business with that I can, like in my personal life, that I can tell them when I want to pay my bill, other than my cell phone company. Like any actual other bill. I can't call my power company and tell them, hey, I don't want to pay my light bill on this day. I want to move it to this. They're not hearing that. Like, I can't do that. I can't call any car that I lease. I can't call them and be like, hey, I actually don't want to pay. I want to wait a couple months to pay this one, and that's just how it's going to be. Like they're not having that. No. So you have the upper hand. Stand on it. You are the business. You are the service, and this is how you bill. How you bill is how you bill. Try to go and tell any other company to change their billing for you. It's not going to happen. Don't change your billing for people. Stand firm on how you do business.
Right. Okay. So, since you've been a cleaning business owner, I always ask people this question as well. What has been one of the biggest challenges for you thus far in your cleaning company? Like what makes your skin crawl? Like what's been that moment where you just, I know one time, I think I seen a video of you, I think your car got broken into or something like that. Yes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
It's in my company van, yeah.
But I was like, oh, damn.
There's stuff like that. And oh my God, these airplanes are going today. But there's stuff like that, of course. The van getting broken into, or employees doing weird stuff at locations, or that type of stuff happens. But none of that really like shook me as much as the time period in the business where you're really trying to make that transition from becoming a cleaner to becoming a business owner. When you're cleaning, and you're cleaning a lot, and it was crazy that this transition happened to me that right before COVID, in this moment where I'm like having a baby and COVID's right around the corner, and I'm working 120 hours a week, and it was right there for me where it started to really click that there has to be some sacrifice made in order to have this switch, in order from being out cleaning in these accounts yourself to having that bird's eye view and being a business owner, as opposed to working inside the business. But that was the most difficult. That's the most hard thing that I remember about business, or about growing the business, was just that time period and that balancing act of how much do I hire out, how much do I clean, how much money do I take from the business to pay myself, how much do I keep in and put towards new employees, new equipment, and things like that, or is there anything else that I can remove from my expenses to keep more money in the business and grow it a little bit more, so that I can make my payments to myself a little bit bigger. It was that time period to me that was the most difficult and the most challenging, more than dealing with someone calling in sick because their cat died, or what have you, or any of the weird stuff that happens, someone breaking something at a facility, or someone breaking into the van outside in the back. But all that stuff was small to me in comparison. So
right. So how would you say, what did you do to get over those hard times? What was the solution to that problem?
It's very much like the theme of the conference coming up in February. It's you have to bet on yourself. I believed in myself, and I believe that if I put all of my energy into it, if I actually put all my energy into it, yes, when I brought on new employees, my pay was going to go down, and then technically I wouldn't be able to afford all of the things that I needed to pay for in my everyday life. But I knew that if I put the energy towards getting those new accounts and trying to reach those revenue goals, and if I had the time to do it, then I would do it. And that's exactly what I did. I went after it. You have to just take the risk and bet on yourself. It was easy because I had been, saving and making those little safety nests for myself. So I had a little bit of runway. Right. But obviously, you got to take risks. You got to go for it. And, that wasn't my first time going for it. I've been going for it at different parts of my business every single time. I went getting an office. I was going for it. That I really couldn't afford an office, but I feel like I couldn't get people to sit down for an intervie, and I felt like I didn't have any space to do work, and I had cleaning equipment all over my living room. So, but I just went for it, and then it ended up working out. And then I had a space to work and to go. And those things are all risk. If you're going to go from from doing the cleaning yourself to hiring employees, that's a risk because you're going to make less money. It takes money out of your mouth, but you have the ability to go and make a bigger business and bring on new clients and do other things in the business. So yeah, everything's a risk, and it's just you got to bet on yourself at some point. There's no way to get around that. You know, whether that's quitting your job, whether that's bringing on new employees, whether that's trying to start doing the website or advertising, at some point you got to jump in that water.
You got to go all in.
Yeah.
I mean, for real. Like, I think entrepreneur. I remember I'm going to be actually interviewing Marquel Russell. I don't know if you know him or not, but he's the king of client attraction. So I remember him saying on one interview that being an entrepreneur is compared to being an athlete, because you know how athletes have to drink water, have to drink the right stuff, they have to exercise, they have to train, it's like really getting in the gym and really, working your mindset, your mind, body, soul for this world, because life is already hard. Like, we already know life be lifing. It's already going to do the thing that life does. Your car breaks down, you find out you got cancer, somebody dies, life going to always do what it do. And then you want to turn around and be a business owner and put that business on top of your already bad life. So, all in all, you got to learn how to cope with it all. So you have to work on yourself. This has to be stronger. So I really like that message that you gave there. So after talking about the challenges, we want to talk about the good stuff. So what was one of your memorable moments? Like when you felt like you was at the peak of your success? Like, just name a moment where you was like, man, you feel like you on top of the world in your cleaning business.
I mean, early on, so obviously the very first client, the very first wet signature that I got on a contract that was for an entire year in an amount that I knew that could pay rent somewhere, and that I knew I wasn't going to have to beg for a place to sleep. Right. At that moment, when I seen the signature and I seen it come back. It was in an email, but I seen the PDF document. I scrolled down to the bottom, saw that it was signed. No changes had been made. It was definitely one of the most emotional moments of like, I made it, like this was I made it moment for me. It wasn't, we're not talking six figures. We're not talking five figures. We're talking $2,500 a month. We're like nothing major, but this is just my first piece of any type of stability at all. And I created it for myself. I've had jobs in the past where I made more than that, obviously, but I made this for myself. I'm doing this for myself. I'm in charge. So I felt like I made it. I was like, I work for me. I have a client. I'm able to pay rent somewhere. I can get off of the streets. I can bring my kids somewhere. So that was the number one moment, was that first contract, that first wet signature. And then there's obviously other moments after that, but to me, almost nothing tops that. Almost nothing tops it. And I've had to keep that mentality, because it's how you avoid that lifestyle inflation. Once you start making more money, you want to spend more money, you want to get nicer stuff, and it's a tough one. I fell into that trap 3 times in a row. It's a hard one. So I can't fault anybody for doing it. But listen to people who have gone through it. It has to end at some point. You got to start keeping that money in your business if you want to grow, if you want to have a larger income for yourself.
Definitely. That's funny you said that, because my moment was actually when I signed the check for my first employee. Right. So when I first started my very first company, it was called Georgia's Heavenly Cleaners. And I had all employees, right? I did the employee thing. But when I hired my first employee and signed my first check, that was my high right there. I'm running around like, I'm a boss.
Yes. That's what I tell. I was like, you ain't a boss till you cut a paycheck.
Everybody around me didn't give a damn, though. They was like, girl, please, you just
relax.
Got one employee. How people hate.
People gonna hate your little business. Yeah, you got one little employee.
A little high down.
Yeah, cut it from under you. Yeah, that was a big one too.
Work for me now, but
that was a really big one too.
That was my high moment. I still remember the girl's name. It was such a high moment. I hired I don't know, countless people since 2018.
Yeah, since then. But yeah, one of them that first one is
that's
gonna stick out.
name. So yeah, that was a highlight for me, man. All right. So I'm not gonna hold up too much of your time. I want you to tell the people where they can find you at. I believe, are you doing coaching and stuff now? You got
Yeah.
Okay, so let everybody know where they can find you. He's a coach. You guys check him out, his website. Just let everybody know where they can find DJ the Boss.
Yeah, if you're anyone on IG or TikTok, you can follow us at Clean and Boss Family. Of course, the main place where the community lives, where the Boss family lives, is at DJ the Boss on YouTube. It's an incredible community. Yes, there's a lot of tough love coming from your boy. Yeah, that's because it's all I know. I come from a rough background through this, and so I don't have a quick way to success or a fast way to make $1 million tomorrow. But the tried and true methods are on the channel. I've documented my entire journey from being homeless to multiple $1 million in revenue and cleaning. So just come be a part of the community. I don't really have anything to sell today. I just want to come and bring as much value to this community as possible. But I appreciate you allowing me the opportunity to extend the invitation from your community to my community. So if anybody wants to come in and join the Boss family, we'd love to have you.
That's right. All right, y'all heard it from the boss himself, and I know you're going to be at the Clean Biz Network conference, okay,
yes,
24. What would be one of the things that you're going to be speaking on?
Definitely providing value. It's my number one thing is providing value. So wherever I am, I'm always going to try to provide the most value in the room, and that's the philosophy I stick to. So I'm gonna that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna speak about providing value.
Y'all make sure y'all come out and y'all get to meet the man himself, DJ the Boss. I really appreciate you for taking some time out today on this busy, what is this, on Sunday? What is this, Wednesday? I don't even know what day it is.
I have no idea what today is, to be honest with you.
I live in this.
I get the notifications on my calendar. Oh shit, I gotta do this, and I need to go try to get it. That's it. I don't even know what day it is.
It is bad, but I appreciate you. It's been lovely.
Thank you so much.
Story, man. We gotta keep in touch,
Absolutely,
and,
absolutely.
I will see you in February.
Yeah, I will see you in Vegas. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you guys over there at Tenacity Clean. Love y'all.
All right. Love you too, fam. Let's get it.
Well, cleaning bosses, that is the show for today. Thank you again for listening. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you got a lot of value. Do not forget to rate and review the podcast. It's one of the only ways that we can grow on these podcast platforms. And subscribe to my YouTube channel at DJtheBoss. Follow me on Instagram at Cleaning Boss Family and TikTok at Cleaning Boss Family. We're everywhere on the internet, man. We're trying to be omnipresent like I tell you guys to be. So go follow us and support us on all those channels and all those platforms where you consume the content. I love y'all. Keep that boss mentality. Peace.